Second floor plan dimensioning. So just going to clean up a little bit here. This should be back here. All right, so we know the proper way to dimension is the overall, the offsets, and then the window center line. So I've started putting some of those in. You can see I don't have any windows dimensions here, so I'll come up to my dimension. I'm going to start right here. Go to the center line of this window. Zoom in so I can make sure I pick the center line of this window, edge, this window, center line of this window. Now we're looking for an edge. Not sure what this line is, so I'm going to pick this one. Go to the center line of this window. Center line of this window. Now I have my, now if I bring it down, it'll snap, which is fine. So I'm coming back here and looking at this. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. So I'll have to take a look at that later. Okay, so now we've got the windows in that direction. Now I'm going to come over here. And again, my overall dimension. Make sure it lines up with my reference plane so that all my dimensions are pretty much equally located. And let's see, all right, let's go to here now. I'm going to come to here, and I'm doing my offsets now. Here, here, here. So I've got my offsets. I'll pull this over till it snaps and click. Now I need to do my window center lines. So I'm going to go from here to here, here, snap on the center line of that window, which actually that window is going to be deleted because the roof's in the way, but I'll snap on that and that. So I have no more windows, so I don't need to put any more dimensions in. I'll stop right there. Looks like I have my overall, my offsets, and my window center lines for here. So I'm good there. Now I'm going to go into the interior dimensions and start putting those in. Start at the outside face. Go to the inside face of the gypsum board. That's where we want our dimensions to be. And see the importance of zooming in because I have my, you can see my base molding, so I don't want to snap on any part of the base molding. I want to make sure I snap on the walls. Now let's place this in a location that will work for the person who's actually going to be looking at that and using it to construct this house. So that looks pretty good. We're also okay to that. And as I said, I like to drag my wall dimensions outside of the walls. So I'm going to go do that. The reason I want to do that is, let's say this is pretty clear. I don't need to move that. But the reason I want to do that is to make sure that when the person who's actually constructing this house doesn't misinterpret a dimension based on, there's some other lines in there and they read it wrong. So I want to make sure that they can always read the dimensions. It's really important that the person that's constructing this house can actually know what my intentions are. So here, I've already said what that distance is, so I don't really need to do it again, but I want to explain where these other walls are located. So I'm just going to come across here. So this will explain where I want those walls located without duplicating any kind of information. Could have gone all the way across again just to explain what I wanted here, but into just a very small segment of dimensions, which work as well. Okay, so there we go. That looks good. Already explained all of these walls. Now I need to explain these walls. So I go back to the location here, pick this point, make sure to pick the gypsum board. So the purpose of this is to clearly define to the person that's actually going to construct this So I made a mistake here. I've clicked on one of the hangers, and that's a piece of information that we don't need to provide. So I'm going to go back here, click on my dimensions again, edit the witness line, and just click on that again, and it should let me, I'm going to click on whatever that's mapped to. I'm trying to get rid of that dimension. All right, so having trouble doing that, so I'm going to ignore it. I'll come back and clean that up later. All right, so we've got this information in here. Next dimension. I don't need to go any farther than that, really. So I'll stop right there. So what we want to be thinking about is, how is the person that's actually going to construct this house, what information do they need? And they really don't need to know what that distance is, so I didn't put it in. We'll keep going. I already have this dimension, but I'm going to put it back in again. More information is not a bad thing. The carpenter doesn't really need to know what that distance is right now, so I'm not going to show it to him. And I missed the spot right here, so I'll edit the witness line and put another dimension in. Right there. All right, so I'm going to click on my dimensions, start dragging these things off to the side. There's no confusion there, but I'll just for consistency, I'll pull it over. Actually, I'm going to leave that alone. If I move it over, it just gets more confusing with this dimension. I'll click this one over. That looks good. So now we want to tell the carpenter what's going on here. Where do we want these walls to be? So I've already told what this dimension is, so I don't need to do it again. If I came over here, it would just be the duplication of that. So I'll just put my dimensions right there. Okay. Drag this guy over. This guy over. This guy over there. Okay, so that looks good. And then I have to go across here. I can tell the distance across here, but Carpenter doesn't really care. He wants to locate this stuff. And again, I missed something, so I'm going to click on this again, edit the witness line, and I'm going to add another dimension right there. Okay, that looks good. Drag this off to the side. Drag that off to the side. So horizontally, looks like I've given the information, all of the information that I want the carpenter to know about in the horizontal direction. So now let's go back in and do the verticals now. Now, so I saw that that line kind of looked a little bit dark, so it kind of told me that maybe there's two lines that are real close together. I want to make sure to pick the correct edge of the gypsum board. So I zoomed in real close in order to do that. So where do we put that so that the carpenter can read that? That looks good. Okay, so now, no question about where those walls should be located. I'll put this one in. All right, so what I'm trying to explain is where these walls go. Where's a good spot to put that? Put it there. So I'll move this one down a little bit here. Oh, got a bit of a mess there. Okay, so let's go back and deal with this mess here. Clearly the dimensions are on top of each other. I'm going to grab this guy and I'll just pull him down to here. And still it's a mess. So I'm going to grab this guy and pull him down to here. All right, so now they can move this over just a little bit. And look at that. So now there won't be any question about where we want things. All right, so we've got this set up. Let's do the next row, which would be here. You can see how we're just trying to make sure that we can explain every single wall location now so that the carpenter, as he starts building this house for us, has no question about where we want the walls to be. So where should this go? Let's put it right there. And let's see what happens here. Zoom in and just take a look at it. Well, okay, clean this up a little bit. So it looks like a mess here. So let's grab this guy. Pull him up there, just get him out of the way. Can we read up? Yep, okay, that's clear. I'm gonna pull this guy over here. It's a bad spot. Let's put it over here. And let's drag that guy over there. Okay, so that looks good. We just have a couple more rows of dimensions to put in. And we've dimensioned our second floor plan and made it clear to the person that's going to actually construct this what our desires are. So let's go here, here. I already told what the width of the hallway is, so I can just put this guy right there. And I don't need to continue any farther. So what's left? Really, I just have to talk about this bedroom over here now. So let's start right here. Something wrong with that door, family, because it extends beyond the wall. Got that from Revit City. Somebody didn't properly create it. So I made sure to snap to the gypsum board and not any part of that door. Okay, where's a good place to put that? Well, that looks pretty good right there. Then we'll go back in and just clean this up, and then we'll be done. Second floor is dimensioned. Let's grab this guy and pull him down a little bit. We definitely have a mess here. Let's pull this guy up to here. Why is that 4 7/16? So that's something I want to come back and look at. What's going on with that wall? Pull this over here. Pull this guy out. Okay. 4 7/16. Why is my wall 4 7/16? I'll bet I'm snapping to some edge of the closet instead of this closet shelf. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to hide this guy. And edit the witness line. Come back in and pick. That's better. And what about this guy? Edit the witness line. Let's put another dimension in right here. Tab till I can pick the actual line that I want. I'm going to put that in, and then I'm going to edit the witness line again and come from here. Whoops. All right, so I'm having a little trouble cleaning that up. So I'll just go in and put another dimension line in. That's what I'm looking for. Line it up with that and then drag it over. Drag it just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good to me. Dimensioning the second floor.